you for joining us, APL. It took 2 times because the first time around, there's some Republican Congress people who decided not to vote or voted against this resolution. Congratulations. Tell us, hard fought or what?
Hard fought. Last week it was interesting. You had Schiff saying, oh, yeah, I'm not going to get censured, kind of riding his high horse. And so I saw him after we left the floor and I said, hey, buddy, I'm going to be back for you next week. And well, here I am next week, a day after the censure. So basically what we did was we tweaked the verbiage in the bill a little bit. My fine actually is very much so constitutional. It's something that we actually are able to do. And so anyone that was arguing that it wasn't, I think just didn't properly read the bill. But, I digress on that subject. The point is that we removed the fine. And so we brought forward the censure. And the censure ultimately is basically one of the second most severe things that you can be faced with as a member of Congress. There's only been, previous to Schiff, I believe it's 25 other members that have ever been censured in U.S. history. And a majority of those were during the Confederate War with the Union. So basically the Civil War. And ultimately, the step above a censure would be expulsion from Congress. So not only has he been formally censured, of which you saw that crazy meltdown on the floor, even Pelosi was down there throwing a temper tantrum. But then after that, he has been referred to ethics for a formal investigation. So he will be looked into for abuse of power, exploitation of position. Obviously, he was fundraising off of it. But more importantly, he cost the American taxpayers over $32 million. And that was fraudulent spending that we didn't have to spend ultimately because he promoted a lie that he well knew that was a lie.
Well, so he might still, we can still hold out hope for expulsion, I guess, since it's the investigation may go on. Take a listen. Schiff went to The View, of course, and he called you guys crazies for doing this. Listen.
What do you make of the fact that you're being censured and George Santos is not?
Well, the crazies are running the House of Representatives now. Kevin McCarthy has no control over his members. The speakers yesterday, first of all, there were very few of them on the Republican side, but the ones that were there were the Marjorie Taylor Greenes and the Lauren Boeberts and the Lunas. And this is who is dominating the Republican conference.
Well, I would say thank God for the MTGs, the Boeberts, and the Lunas, as he put it.
Well, all I can say is Schiff definitely knows my name now. So say it again one more time, Schiff. Say my name.
You know what else he did? He went on Anderson Cooper last night after the censure vote, and he doubled down on all his lies. Take a listen to this guy saying it to this.
Do you have any regrets on how you handle the Russia issue? Obviously, the former president was never criminally implicated for anything involving Russia.
No, not at all. I think the investigation of his misconduct was very important. It ultimately led to his impeachment, which I was proud to lead, and it led to the first bipartisan vote to remove a president in U.S. history.
He was proud of the thing that got him censored by you, Paulina Luna.
I mean, look, Adam Schiff is going down in history. Look, Eric, you know that we're not forever here. We're not eternal. So what is he going to go down in history as? His last term in office is a documented liar. And so when you are gone, when I'm gone, when we're no longer here, people will be able to read about exactly who he is. And I think that's really playing the long game on this whole thing, because at the end of the day, I think the American people have exhaustion from the constant nonsense. I mean, even just last night alone, if you looked at the floor arguments, they were literally obsessed with Trump. It's like these people cannot leave it alone. And yet they're failing to understand that, yes, we have control of the House and we're actually doing things for the American people. But what I've realized, Eric, is that a lot of these members on the other side of the aisle, they'll say one thing and they go and they literally lie to the American people. And so there's no wonder that Americans don't trust Congress. They don't trust the media. It's because of this type of lying. But as we're seeing, I have faith in my colleagues. We brought it to the floor, and I hope he enjoys his ethics investigation.
You know, the fallout benefit of all this, folks, I would love to have seen that $16 million fine that for some reason the Republicans pushed back on. But the fallout could be, and we can only hope, keep our fingers crossed, that that guy, Adam Schiff, the shifty Schiff, the lying Adam Schiff, wants to be a U.S. senator, and he's running for a Senate in California. Maybe this might take that off the table. Congresswoman Paulina Luna, thank you for being here. congratulations on getting that censored.